someone's having fun. They're not looking down here though. Yeah, so I'm Swedish.
Swedish?
Can you tell?
No. Yes.
And he's yeah, she's right. I sold basically, not basically, literally everything that I own, and give up my apartment because I didn't feel home in Sweden. Which is strange because I've lived there for about 25 years, and just after 3 weeks here in the States, I actually feel more at home here than there. Because there, when I'm on a train or something, people actually tend to speak English with me, thinking that I wouldn't understand Swedish. And after 25 years, I speak pretty damn good Swedish. I'm very glad to see such a variety of ages here, although I'll send out a little warning. Some of you might want to have a conversation with the children after this show about the birds and the bees. Hard time accepting that fact. So, Sweden is a cold place. It's, I mean, people are pretty much very narrow-minded and stupid in many ways. There are a lot of good things in Sweden, though, like the meatballs, IKEA, H&M.
H&M.
Yeah, H&M. Hip-hop culture in Sweden, which is also very limited and narrow. I tend to come up with these lyrics, which brings me to my point again of the lyrics, but I'll try to keep it sort of limited. Sorry, I didn't mean to get the ice in there. I'm absolutely sure about most things. Or most things are very clear to me, but most of the time. At least I thought I knew all the right answers. The thoughts were always complex and carefully formed and total confusion. And therefore, my clarity became insanity in the eyes of those we refer to as normal and average. I salvaged my thoughts and thought this was the right passage, the right way. But it was obvious that this brain, body, and face was just misplaced and disgraced by this race we call human animals. I live to elevate because my passion is life, while some of you, Swedes, of course, not Americans, live to penetrate. Living because you simply exist. You're driven by hormones, you're lost and filthy, living in a spiritual gutter, attacking every word that I utter because deep down you know I'm right. And in the midst of all this confusion, I've come to the conclusion that no matter how confused I might become on these ping-pong thoughts, it will always be clear to me that we stand on separate sides on this line which divides us. It's this line which invites us to clash in fierce attacks, with spears and traps and fears of facts, resulting in tears and cracks. Still you stand way over there, waiting with your beers and black, screaming, Britney Spears is whack, and then you go home and jerk off while listening to Hit Me Baby One More Time. That's all you'll ever be. I walk in and talk in ejaculation waiting to squeeze, squirting the first mouth that opens behind closed curtains, and then you have the audacity to get pissed off when that same slut swallows bodily fluids from the next person. I'm so sorry. You were deluding yourself thinking you were the first, and now you're pissed off because your so-called game was just an illusion, player. And so, my elevated conscience might seem like nonsense, and by all means, maybe it is. But so far, what you've proven to me is none less than what my opinion is about you. So you just go right ahead and call me judgmental and self-righteous, because it's somewhere along the line of these really confusing thoughts that it strikes me they're all idiots. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I was supposed to do another track called My Truth every everyone has their truth. But it's kind of out there, so you have to buy the CD. It's $10. Yeah, I need money. So I'll just reduce the whole track to this short quote. Hi, nice to see you. He doesn't even seem happy. Yeah, I'm talking to you. All right, so this is the quote. That was not the quote. This is the quote. You feel split between conscience and desire. They both want to part you, you feel like you're cross-wired. I'm lost, tired, sick of all the shit going on beside me. I'm busy trying to understand what's going on inside me. They're like demons, ripping my soul apart in pieces, leaving flesh wounds in my mind split between two different theses. Sometimes I sit and wonder what a real thief is. A starving purse snatcher or a soul snatcher like Jesus. Yeah, that was it. So, enough of the controversy. Let's talk about love. The bitter love. The angry love. The why can't you notice me love? Someone either said, I'm waiting or amazing, I choose to.
Amazing.
What?
Oh.
Thank you. Sorry, this is not part of the show, but it's really hot. Yeah, I was waiting for that. So let's continue with the love. Who needs a God when life punishes you like this? Punching you with the fist that makes me lose my breath and mine. Now I'm all empty. A fragile shell of a man. A shell of a damned physical existence that made this happen. It was the raging hormone screaming, touch her, touch her. A few minutes later, it was all over, and little did I know that 3 years later, that would come back and smack me down with the force of a sledgehammer. Who needs a God when a woman can bless you? Impress you with intelligence and caress you gently, softly, heavenly. See, my heart knew from day one that she was my queen, but my body didn't follow. And so that was why I was now drenched in tears and wallowed in deep sorrow. And who needs a God when a woman answers your prayers? Only by looking at me, she knows exactly what I'm thinking, and without blinking, she goes through extreme conditions just to put a smile on my face. Who needs a God when you have a divine woman? A woman with a godly spirit. A woman who can bless you with calm and ease. A woman whose voice is like angels' harmonies. Now I'm on my knees. Too weak to stand upright. Too weak to be. Too weak to see. And too weak to even grasp the thought of what life is like without her. The memories of my life before her were now just faded, ripped and torn pictures, and we danced over those pictures thinking they would never matter again. But now that the final song fades out, I'm left with this stained image called life.